Stuttgart, the 17th of January 2018. This is the i69L integrated 69 from Sunlight. As you can see, it's a fully integrated model from a company which only did semi-integrated vans until 2017, I believe it started. Right, so starting off at the back, you can see we've got a very big garage there with a width of over a metre and a height of 90 centimetres. So you can get quite a lot in there. Now, if we have a look at some of the stuff up here, such as the price, it's going to cost 62,000 euros. It's 743 long, it's 233 centimetres wide, and it's 294 centimetres high. It has got, in running order, just under 3 tons, so that's going to give over 500 kilos of payload. So it's got 4 seat belts with the possibility of having a 5th one in, should you so desire. Now, okay, let's go at the back and let's have a look at the queen bed. Quite a lot of room there. Now, people have said to me, why don't you tidy up the bed before you start filming? Well, you know, it's a trade fair here, and for starters, at the end of the day, you got to expect things a bit messed up, and secondly, I don't want tidying things up. Right, so anyway, so we see the bed there. The ladder will be used for another one, hanging space on either side of the bed, lockers, you know, the usual sort of stuff. Right, whoops, here's the door behind me has just been closed. I need to point out I have had something to drink, but I do actually feel sober enough to film. Right, toilet there. Oh dear, fell into the shower. There's me. As you can see, perfectly alright. Don't look as though I've been drinking at all. Let's have a look in here. Bit of storage there. In fact, you get quite a lot in there, couldn't you really? Pretty good storage place for a toilet. So you can close the door there. There's your shower. You've got a duck board, although in this case you don't need it because you're not walking in and out. Right, you can get some soap there as well. Not a huge amount of space for soap, but there is somewhere to sit down and get your feet clean after you've been out on your bike. Got a sunroof there. Is that a sunroof? Is that the right word? You've got a window in the roof, whatever. And you've got this thing here to hang your socks up after you've washed them. Let's come out and have a look at the rest of the van. Got a big step there. You know, I do like a flat floor, but for 62,000 you can't expect a flat floor. Right, kitchen. Well, it's relatively standard. Let's have a look at the this. There you go. Thetford 3-burner ring. Plenty of space up there for big pans. Here's your sink. Well, I've got a criticism there. It's a one of the old type camper van sick plug holes. But other than that, not bad, plenty of room. And there you have your gas, drawers, knives and forks, and here you've got a deep drawer. Now, I was out in the T67 last year, which was absolutely brilliant, and you can see that in other films. But the T67 also had the same setup here. Plenty of space down there for bottles of olive oil and packets of cornflakes and whatever else you might be eating. I don't eat cornflakes anymore because I've decided they're not healthy. However, you may be eating them, and you might want to keep them down there. There's the bed. Probably know what I think of beds in this position, but let's have a walk down to see if I'm going to think the same here. Well, so far I don't have to duck. Oh, look at that, I'm sitting here, I'm not ducking yet. Well, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all. I hardly had to duck at all. Now, integrated version, so you've got plenty of space up there. When you drive these things, you feel as though it's much bigger than it really is. There's another thing, a mate of mine said to me the other day, but I've heard this from other people, but not actually live, shall we say, that when you've got somebody coming there from that side, you can get a reflection and it sort of puts you off your driving. I don't know if anyone else has had that, so if you have had this, do write and tell me. I haven't had this experience, but now I've heard about it, I'm bound to start thinking about it as I drive vehicles of this nature. But one thing, you've got this huge amount of space up there, rather than have the bonnet, and you can stick your plants up there when you're on site or whatever it is you're doing. But I really appreciate a nice view, and you get it from a great panoramic window like that. Right, so we've got this seat here, which is used to put your feet on. And so, sitting down in the passenger seat, which is my favourite seat, and I could get my feet there if I wanted to. I won't put them there, as I've been walking around and I'm not going to be tidying it up. But that, should you want to put the telly up there, for example, which is where most people tend to put the telly, you can sit here, get your feet up there, or if you're in the driver's position, you get your feet up there and watch the telly at night. Alternatively, you might want to watch the computer, so you can get your feet up on the chair, which is round there. There's the fridge in front of me, and there's already a plant on top of it. Got a bit of storage there, a locker should you need it. Here we've got the blinds, but now all this is relatively the same as you get into the vans. So the van, that comes out, got a magnetic bit there, and it goes onto something down there which holds it in place. There we go. That's in position. Good, right, what do you think of this van? Is this something you like? Do you think it looks great? Do you think it looks terrible? Or what do you think? Write your comments below. If you want my quick thoughts, then I think it's, I mean, for the money it's not bad. Obviously there's none of these in the second-hand market, and you're going to have to wait 3 or 4 years at least for that to happen. There is a lot of space in here. The length of it is about, okay, it's a bit over what I consider the ideal length to be, but all the same, it's not too bad. So I think it's a relatively good van to have. Oh, I've got visitors? No, my visitor came to me and then she decided she wasn't going to come in. Oh dear. Right, so I suppose that's it. I'm going to have to leave the van. And if you want to see some more of these vehicles, they've got some sunlight. Death lifts, I've got them filmed. I was at their factory in i69L. In fact, I was at the Sunlight office in Leutkirchen in southern Germany. Also in Allgäu. There's Euromobil and Leica and Huma and Foster, Carmen, Mobil, which is part of Euromobil. Challenger also part of the same Euromobil group and Mobiletta. But Sunlight's actually owned by Huma, as it's called in English.